What's up everyone, Cool Caparoon here. Thank you so much for stopping by for another video. I'm in a pretty cool studio right now, but I can't talk about it just yet. You're gonna have to stay subscribed for the next video when we're gonna go over all of that stuff. However, Apple just dropped the Mac Studio. And what's interesting about the Mac Studio to me is this is what we were waiting for last September. I personally watched the keynote last September and I was hoping for an update to the Mac Mini. The Mac Mini's fine, it's super powerful, just like my M1 Mac Pro here. However, I was just waiting for the next one. Can we get just a little bit more power? Can we get just a little bit more out of this? Unfortunately, they didn't drop it last September, but yesterday they did. So today's video is going to be, should you finally upgrade? Is it time to move to M1 for your studio? I mean, it's kind of ironic that it's called the Mac Studio, isn't it? If you watched my previous video going over the new M1 Pro, M1 Max line of computers, you would know that I was very hesitant. I think they are powerhouse machines. As computers go, they're incredible. However, so many software companies have not yet updated for M1. So at the time of making that video in September, more than half of the plugin companies and software companies that I use were not yet optimized for M1. So while they were incredible computers, my suggestion was to hold off or at least check all of your software to see if you could upgrade without it affecting your day-to-day workflow. My position today is a little bit different than that. So as of today, March 9th, 2022, I think enough time has gone by. People have had enough time to optimize their software for M1, and the people that haven't yet done it likely are not going to, and I'm ready to not wait anymore. So I'm gonna order the new Mac Studio. Then there will likely be a couple plugin companies, there will likely be a little bit of software that aren't gonna work, and I'm tired of waiting. It's time to upgrade. I'm still running a 2013 trash can Mac Pro. It's time for a new computer. So that's my suggestion right now, is it's probably time, if you've been thinking about upgrading, it's probably time just to go for it. And know that you may end up having to let go of some plugins or some software that you really like. I'm ready to make that sacrifice now. So let's go through and let's spec out my new Mac Studio. So here's the new Mac Studio, and as you can see, it's really just kind of a thicker, chunkier Mac Mini. So let's work through the options. Let's look at all the ports. Let's look at everything. Order now. Choose your Mac Studio. Now you've got the option between the M1 Max, which was previously the biggest, most powerful chip in the Mac Pro line, and now you have the M1 Ultra, which is effectively double the power of the last M1 Max, which is just, that's crazy. So the base models for both of these start at $19.99 and $39.99. I think if you were a high-end video creator, you would maybe want to go with the Ultra, because I mean, you could rock 4K 120 and 8K footage all day on that and it would be just fine. Now I'm still on a 2013 trash can Mac Pro with 12 gigs of RAM. So the very base model M1 Max is just gonna stomp on that. I actually have an old video going over the M1 MacBook Pro, just the base model, compared to my trash can, and even this was significantly more powerful than my trash can. So for me personally, in my studio, I'm just gonna go with the 10-core CPU, 24-core GPU with the 16-core neural engine in the M1 Max. At base price, this comes with 32 gigs of unified memory. So since I'm already only using 12 gigs of RAM, 32 is gonna be incredible. Even this M1 MacBook Pro only has 16 gigs because it was the max allowed when I ordered it. The minimum storage is 512 gigabytes. It has 2 USB-C ports on the front and an SD card reader. Really welcome the SD card reader. On the back, we get 4 Thunderbolt 4 ports. We get 2 USB Type-A ports, 1 full-size HDMI port, 1 Ethernet port, and a headphone jack. And you get all of this for $19.99. Look, guys, I think for most people, this is gonna be an incredible computer. For most content creators, for most music studios, the base model M1 Mac Studio is gonna be just everything and more that you could ever possibly want. So we're gonna select this one. I definitely don't need any more speed on the processor. However, you can upgrade the processor in a few different steps here. I'm not going to. I think the base processor is going to be more than enough for what I need. I also, since I'm currently running 12 gigabytes of RAM, I'm not going to upgrade from 32 gigabytes of RAM because that's so much more than I've ever had in my studio computer. We're going to leave that alone. I am, however, going to upgrade to a terabyte of storage because I'm constantly running out of space on my internal Mac hard drive from downloads and stuff like that. So I think it's worth it to spend the $200 to go up to the terabyte hard drive. I think that's great. And I still run external hard drives for pretty much everything, but 1 terabyte would ensure that if I needed to take it somewhere, run some remote sessions, this computer's small enough to actually like take with me. And 1 terabyte is large enough to get through some real serious projects just on the internal hard drive if I don't have room in my bags or carry-on or whatever for external hard drives. Already have Final Cut Pro. I'm not a Logic guy. What's in the box? You get the Mac Studio and the power cord. Hit continue. So that is it. That is my new Mac Studio. This is what I'm going to be running for my main studio computer. Be sure to subscribe. Leave me a comment, let me know what your thoughts are on this new computer, and as soon as it comes in, like the day it comes in, we'll do an unboxing, and then I'm also going to compare it power-wise to my old trash can and to the current base model M1 MacBook Pro. I am really pumped about this. This is the computer that I've been waiting for. This is exactly the computer I've been waiting for. I think the price point is killer. I'm really pumped about this. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below and I'll try to get back to everybody. I'm super pumped about this and I'm looking forward to moving to the M1 system for my main studio computer. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.